Welcome to today's aerial yoga flow where we'll be working on bow pose. So begin by making your way into a seat in the hammock, maybe waving it open as I'm doing here, finding the front edge, pressing your thumbs down, stand right in plumb line, lift up onto your tippy toes and slide the fabric under your hips. Swing the arms open behind you, opening the back side of the hammock, lie back. Pull the knees in, the feet in toward the hips, and press the legs out, doing a couple of inchworm scoots until you can stretch yourself all the way out into the fabric. Reach the arms overhead, making yourself as long as you can from fingertips to toes, and begin to wag the hips side to side, keeping that length through your body as you bend into the side body. And then bring the palms together, finding the back edge of the fabric with the creases of your elbows. And again, we'll wag the hips, but we'll hold this time. So press your hips all the way over to the left side, holding here as you take a breath in and a full breath out. And press your hips over to the other side, taking a deep breath in, full breath out. Press your hips over to the left, deep breath in and out. Press your hips over to the right side, deep breath in and out. One more time as you press your hips all the way over to the left, deep breath, full exhale, over to the right, deep breath and out. Reach up with the arms. Kick your feet out the front side. Pull yourself back into a bucket seat. Let's make our way into a twist. Cross the left leg over the right. Reach the right arm through the fabric and all the way over to the outside of the left side. Circle the left arm open behind you, facing the back wall. Lift tall through your spine and begin to draw a little circle with your left arm, keeping it pulled behind you. Pause and begin to circle the other direction, continuing to pull the belly in, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Find stillness. Pull the left arm as far back as you can. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, return to the front. Uncross the legs. Cross the right leg on top this time. Reach the left arm through center and all the way over to the right side of the fabric. And circle the right arm open. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Keeping the arm pulled back behind you, begin to draw little circles with the right arm. Pause and begin to circle in the other direction. Lifting as tall through your spine as you can. Pulling the belly in. Pause. Inhale as you reach that arm as far back as you can. Exhale, return to the front. Uncross the legs, swim both arms to the back side, pull up, and slide the hips down, finding the floor with your feet. Take a step back with both feet. Find some tension with the arms. Soften the knees and press the hips all the way back, coming into mountain pose. Adjusting the fabric up or down your back as needed, and then lacing the fingers behind your head, making a little basket for your head, relaxing the head back, opening your heart up toward the sky. We'll begin to take some side body bends in this position. Begin by bringing the left elbow down toward the left hip. Take a breath in and a full exhale. And then move through center, bring the right elbow down toward the right hip, lifting the left elbow as you breathe in, fully out, move through center, and continue this motion, bending over to the left side, deep breath in, and out, move over to the right side, deep breath, And full exhale. One more time over to the left side, thinking about the left side of your rib cage contracting as the right side expands. Through center over to the right side. Right side of the rib cage contracts as the left side expands. And return to center. Bring the head up. Bring the hands back to the poles of the fabric. Soften the knees. And begin to take little steps forward, coming into a chair pose. The knees should be about over the ankles, and the hips should sink down toward the floor, lengthening the spine. And find some gentle movement here, either forward or back or side to side, as you focus on allowing the pelvis to get heavy, allowing your spine to become long. Feeling the fabric massage the upper back. And when you're ready, you might take hold of the fabric first. We'll extend the left leg up, crossing the ankle over the knee. Let the left knee fall open for a little figure 4 hip stretch, and continue to find a little bit of movement here to help your body relax down toward the floor. Pelvis heavy, legs heavy. Spine long. Extend the left leg, bringing the left foot back to the floor. Lift the right leg and cross your ankle over the knee, letting the right knee fall open. Finding a little bit of movement here, maybe relaxing your hands down to your hips and pressing down for a little more spinal traction. Should feel really nice to the upper back. Getting that little bit of a massage. It should feel really nice as the space between the vertebrae lengthens. Bring hands back to the fabric, both feet to the floor. Then using the arms, lift your body out of the sling and position the fabric under the shoulder blades or just below them. Again, lace the fingers behind the head, relaxing the head back and opening your heart up toward the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, press your hips down toward the floor like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale as you lift the hips, lift the pubic bone. Exhale as you press the hips down, keeping the chest lifted. Inhale, pull the hips up. Exhale, press the hips down and back. Continue this motion, but let's reverse the breathing pattern. Exhale as you lift the hips. Inhale as you lower, pressing the hips down toward the floor, lifting the chest. Exhale as you lift the pubic bone, flattening through the belly. Inhale as you lower the hips down. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower. Lift the hips, bring the gaze forward, hands back to the fabric. Step the feet one and then the other toward the back of the mat until you've come back into mountain pose, feet about hip distance apart. Squeeze your glutes to press your pubic bone forward, tucking your tailbone under. Pull the belly in toward the spine and pull your ribs in and down toward the hips. Circle sweep the arms overhead as you take a breath in. Exhale as you circle sweep the arms back down at your side, bringing your chin down to your chest. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up and back, looking for the back wall. Exhale, bring those hands back down at your side, chin back down to your chest. One last time, inhale, circle sweep, reach the arms up and back, holding here. Grab opposite elbows, let the arms fall overhead. Continue to pull your belly in toward the spine. Continue to squeeze your glutes to support your low back. Release the hands back to the fabric. Bring your gaze forward. Soften the knees, stepping back into plumb line. Reach up with the arms and pull yourself into standing. Reach the arms high. Circle the arms open and all the way behind you, letting the head of your shoulder dip down as the head comes toward the floor. We don't want the arms out in front. We also don't want the arms out to the side for a pec stretch. Soften the elbows as much as you need to circle the arms all the way behind you, allowing the head of the shoulder to come forward. arms outstretched behind you like wings. Ragdoll the head a few times, side to side. And then get a good grip with the hands, keeping the arms behind you. Begin to bend the knees, coming into a little toe squat. It's okay if the heels lift off the floor here. Think about dropping your hips down toward the heels and holding here for about 3 deep breaths. Tuck your chin into your chest. Tuck your forehead down to the knees. Reach the arms long behind you. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then press the heels back to the floor, straightening through the legs. Release one hand and then the other toward the floor. Grab opposite elbows and let your body sway right to left a few times. Swaying right to left. Stretching out the back body. Finding stillness, softening the knees, releasing the elbows. Roll up through your spine all the way up to standing and take a big roll in your shoulders at the top. Turn to face your hammock and we'll again open it, finding the front edge. Turn to face the front, press the thumbs down. Slide the fabric under the hips, coming back into our bucket seat. Swim the fabric open behind you, lie back. Use your legs to inchworm scoot the fabric out. Do that as many times as needed. And then pull up with the arms to come into a seat with legs extended and position the elbows outside the fabric. Lie back again so that the fabric is now in the armpits. Press the legs wide, tracing the inside edge of the fabric as the legs come up toward the poles of the fabric and the head comes down toward the floor. If this is feeling safe, you can release the arms overhead toward the floor. Maybe hold on to opposite elbows, adding a little more weight. If you're feeling any pinching or crunching happening in the low back, just continue to pull the belly in, squeezing the glutes slightly to support the low back. Thinking about the spine lengthening rather than crunching. Release the elbows and bring the hands back up to the fabric. Pull yourself up to a seat as you slide the legs together, tracing the edge of the fabric. We'll take a little forward fold. Bring the arms inside the fabric. Soften the knees if needed, and allow your upper body to fold over the legs. Feeling your back round after arching. Take a few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Sit up, swim the arms to the back side of the fabric. Get a good grip with the hands. Slowly lean back, lowering your head toward the floor, letting the fabric slide from the armpits down to the waist, coming into full waterfall. Continue to squeeze the glutes. Press the legs long. Squeeze the abs. Test releasing the hands. If it's feeling safe, release them all the way down toward the floor. Maybe try grabbing opposite elbows, adding a little more weight to your back bend. If you're feeling any crunching happening in the low back, bring those hands back up to the fabric for support. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Release the elbows and try lacing your fingers behind your back. If you can, press the arms out long behind you. If you can, leave the palms glued together, not just the fingers. Squeezing the shoulder blades, opening the chest. Release the hands, bringing them back up to the fabric. Use your arms and your abs to pull yourself back upright. into a seated position and kick your feet out the front side, coming into child's pose, bending the elbows and finding the back edge of the fabric with the elbow creases as your forehead comes down toward the knees, rounding through your spine, allowing your head to become heavy and your neck to relax. Press your elbows into the fabric as you roll up through your spine, bringing the gaze forward. Leaving the legs out of the fabric, we'll make our way into our first version of bow pose, lowering the head toward the floor. Pull the belly in toward the spine, abs stay active, glutes stay active. Test releasing one arm toward the floor. Bring it back up, take hold of the fabric, release the other arm, forward and overhead toward the floor. Bring the arm back upright, taking hold of the fabric. Release the first arm, forward, overhead, toward the floor, and circle it all the way behind you, reaching toward the foot. If it feels okay, try grabbing the foot or the ankle. For a deeper stretch, press your foot into the hand, opening up the shoulder, opening up the front of the thigh. Release the foot, bring that hand back up to the fabric. Try it with the other arm, releasing, circling back. Maybe you're just reaching for the foot. Maybe we're taking hold of the foot today. Wherever you are, if you've got a grip, press that foot into the hand, opening the shoulder, reaching the chest forward. Release the foot, bring both hands back to the fabric. Use your arms and your abs to pull yourself back into a seat. Swim the fabric open, lie down on your back, bend the elbows, bringing the palms together. And we'll take a few side body bends by pressing the hips over to the right side, taking a breath in and breathing it out, pressing the hips over to the left side, breathing in and all the way out. Back over to the right side, inhale and exhale. Press the hips over to the left side, inhale and exhale. And then wag the hips side to side a few times without holding. Pressing to one side and then the other, one side and then the other. Find stillness, reach the arms up, pulling yourself back into a seat. Bring the elbows to the outside of the fabric. Lower the head toward the floor as we come into full bow pose. Lower the head, slide the hands down, coming into your full extension. Test your grip to make sure it's okay to release the hands. Maybe try one hand and then the other. You can release the hands down to the floor or maybe hold on to opposite elbows. Maybe this is as deep as you'd like to go today. Feel free to pause here. If it's feeling okay, release the elbows and circle the arms back behind you. Maybe we're just reaching for the feet today. Maybe you can take hold of the front of the foot or the ankle. And for an added stretch, press the feet into the hands, trying to straighten through the legs. Opening the quadricep, opening the chest, opening the shoulders. When you're feeling ready, release the feet. Bring your hands back to the fabric. Pull yourself up with the arms and your abs. Swim the fabric open. Lie down on your back. And we'll make our way into legs up the wall pose. Bend your knees in toward your belly. Extend the soles of the feet up toward the sky, maybe resting the outer edge of your feet against the inner edge of the fabric. If you're a little more flexible and you have really good compression, you might even walk the feet in toward your face a little more, finding the very back edge of the fabric and pressing the outside of your feet into your hammock. Wherever you're at, feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to here to find a nice resting pose. This shouldn't feel like a lot of work. The fabric is helping to support us in this pose, and we're just allowing the body to round a little bit here and come into compression, into flexion after all of that extending of the spine and the legs and the arms. Whenever you're feeling ready, go ahead and release your legs back down, and you can press the fabric out with your feet coming into our cocoon pose. Maybe you'd like to leave the arms outside of the fabric as I'm doing here, or maybe you'd like to bring them in at your side or crossed at your chest or belly. Take a few closing breaths here as you just let yourself get heavy, melting into the fabric. Relaxing all of those muscles that we worked so hard today. Feel free to spend as much time as you'd like to in this final resting pose. Whenever you're feeling ready to move on, you can pull yourself back up into a comfortable seat of choice. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Thank you so much for joining me in today's flow. I hope you have a wonderful, amazing, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.